we're going back to India again. The prince then thought to himself, after being pushed around like that, he was thinking to himself, all these men appear to be pleased. When they took his place, of course, no? After he cleaned it already and make it comfortable, they came and just took it. Of course they're pleased. Since this work of mine conduces to the happiness of men, it must be a meritorious work. He was proud of himself. I wasn't proud on that train. I was thinking, my God, where are they pushing me? Okay. Did not have time to be proud and thinking. Okay. So on the following day, he took a spade and clear a big empty space as big as a threshing floor, probably football field, something like that. Okay. A threshing floor is a place where they clear very big so that people can thresh their cereals, yeah, and then it will spill all over, and different places, different people came in different area to thrash their cereal, yeah, rice and stuff like that. So probably a very big one. Whereupon all the men came and stood there, yeah, and then in cold weather, he even built a fire to warm them so that the place became a favorite resort to all. Then he thought to himself again, it behooves me to take upon myself the task of making the road smooth and even. So early in the morning, he started out to make the road smooth and even, cutting down and removing all the branches of trees that needed to be removed. Thus he did spend his time. I wonder, why is he a prince? Doesn't he have any, assistant or horse to carry out work for him? Probably in the old time, huh? Old time prince, huh? Yeah. In Africa, I met some princes. They don't look like princes. They're working like you and I. And some princes, stamped from Africa, different tribes, yeah. And I met the king, one of the kings. He just lived in one of the normal huts. He had 7 wives. Nevertheless, they are all very coordinated, harmonious. Together, the wives. Well, at least when I was there, in front of me. Behind, I don't know. Okay, I cannot tell you. Another man saw him and said to him, Master, what are you doing? So he replied to the questioner, Master, I am treading the path that leads to heaven. So the other guy said, okay, I want to be your companion. Because they translate a little difficult, so I make it simple. Be my companion, master. They call each other master, politely. Yeah. Maybe sir nowadays. Call each other sir. Be my companion, master. Heaven is a pleasant place for many. He was thinking that in making meritorious deeds, he will go to heaven. That's why he say he's walking the path toward heaven, yeah. Seeing the two, a third man asked the same question, received the same answer, and joined them the same way, and then a fourth, then a fifth, until finally there were 33. Now we know why. Yeah. All these men worked together with spades and axes and made the road smooth and even for a distance of 1 and 2 leagues. I don't know how, maybe 2 miles or something. Huh? 2 leagues, how much is that? In top, huh? Is it such a thing at this time? No. Old time, huh? Okay. Just say 1 or 2,000 miles. The village headman saw them and thought to himself, these men are all following the wrong occupation. Yeah, he worried about tax paying, If they keep digging like that, they don't pay tax, no? Right? If they would only fetch fish and flesh from the forest, or indulge in strong drink, or do something else of the sort, I should make something by it. Yeah, I knew it. You see what I mean? Meaning these men are useless, paying no tax. So he sent for them and asked them, "What is it that you are doing?" "We are treading the path to heaven, master." "That is no proper occupation for men, living the lives of laymen. What you should do is to bring fish and flesh from the forest, indulge in some strong drink." I mean, alcoholic stuff. And enjoy a generally good time. But they refused to follow his suggestion, and the more he urged them, the more firmly they refused to do as he suggested. Finally, the village headman became angry. "I will destroy them," he said. So he went to the king and said to the king, "Your Majesty, I see a band of thieves going about committing depredations." The king replied, "Go and catch them and bring them before me." Oh, poor king. No? This is a problem when people give wrong information. What to do? So the village headman arrested the 33 youths and took them before the king without instituting an inquiry into their conduct. The king gave them the following order: cause them to be trampled to death by an elephant. Just because he's a headman of a village, so the king believed him instead of believing the young people. Because it's, prejudice, no? There's probably people always think, okay, young people, they're always up to no good, Many of them now going stealing or doing something bad. Just like in some countries, people always have an impression that the black youth are, up to no good. The dark-skinned young people are bad, or even old or middle-aged black men are no good. If some police report them as no good, then somebody believes that he's no good, definitely no good. And therefore, a lot of sad incidents happen because of the color, because of the age, because of prejudice of humans. Just like that. Thereupon, Magha admonished his companions as follows: "Friends, we have no refuge but love. Therefore let your hearts be tranquil, cherish anger towards no one. Let your hearts be full of love for the king and the village headman and the elephant that tramples you under his feet." The 33 youths followed the admonition of their leader. Such was the power of their love that the elephant dare not approach them. When the king heard of this, he said, "If the elephant sees so many men, he will not venture to trample them under his feet." Maybe he's scared of the crowd, yeah? So have the men covered with heavy matting and then order the elephant to trample them. So they don't see many men, so maybe he dares to do it. So the village headman had the men covered with heavy matting and drove the elephant forward to trample them. But when the elephant was yet a long way off, he turned around and went back again. When the king heard that what had happened, he thought to himself, there must be some reason for this. So he caused the 33 youths to be brought before him and asked them, "Friends, is there anything which you have failed to receive at my hands?" They replied, "Your Majesty, what do you mean?" The king said, "I am informed that you are a band of thieves and that you rove around the forest committing depredations." So, "Your Majesty, who said that?" "Friends, the village headman so informed me." "Your Majesty, it is not true that we are thieves. The fact is, we are clearing a path to heaven for ourselves, and we do this and that. The village headman tried to persuade us to adopt an evil mode of life, and when we refused to follow his suggestions, he became angry at us and determined to destroy us." Yeah, it's not easy to do good things in this world, huh? It's not all that. Everybody praises goodness and holiness and how you say wholesomeness and even charity work, but it's not always easy to do. Even in our group, sometimes it happens. It's very funny, more funny sometimes. Sometimes it's very sad, but sometimes it's very funny. Yeah, because people hear this and that, and they don't prove the truth. They don't prove it. Yeah, and they don't check they don't fact check, and they just believe it. And that's a problem. And it's, it's so funny. It's American newspaper. They even say Clinton is a son of one of the nurses, and that is a different father and all that kind of stuff. They just speculate. It's so funny. That was probably during the voting time. And they say Obama didn't have a birth certificate even. Remember? That he's probably smuggled through the border of Mexico. Who knows? Everybody was making a lot of noise, asking him, if you're innocent, prove it. Give us this long version, short version, whatever, middle version of your birth certificate. It was, and then they insisted until they have it. Oh, man. Because he's black, also, huh? Yeah, but I'm not black. Also in trouble. I'm yellow. That's another problem. And even it happened inside our group. It's very funny thing. Now it's funny, but at that time I didn't know what to say. And at that time, just recently, you have a retreat in SMC, yeah? Before we move here. Yeah. I didn't even have, I just went there. I didn't expect anybody cook for me or anything. I probably think of cooking for myself, like all this time. Before July this year, I was always cooking for myself, simple stuff. And then, but one Vietnamese, she says she saw me so skinny and walking with sticks. She has to feed me, so she cooks. And then she has to go soon. And so I don't know, they tried to arrange somebody else to cook for me somehow. Yeah, I didn't tell anything. I didn't even know she was going. Excuse me, I'm so excited now. I feel very hard now with all this story. It's too hard to laugh too much. Too excited, thinking of the story made by air. Yeah, people live by air, can breatharian, so maybe also humanitarian, no, humor-breatharian, no? Humanitarians, like make air, make story from air, make story from nothing. Yeah, it's cool. I want to tell you the present story, new story, and in August, sometime in August, or the end of August, almost before we come here, the sister who cooked for me every day Vietnamese, and she's going, so they arranged somebody to came. Well, I don't know. They say somebody will come from America. I say, what's her name? They say Nguyen, Vietnamese. And the sister say, Master, every Vietnamese named Nguyen. I say, who is that? She say, we don't know. We just say Nguyen. So she say, Master, everybody in Vietnam is Nguyen, just like every Korean is Kim. Even vegetable they eat is kimchi. So we were laughing so much.